2 weeks, that's how long we had in Egypt.
And we wanted to see everything. Luxor, Aswan, Abu Simbel, Cairo, the pyramids. We are Paul and Sol from Tale of Travelers, and we work regular 9 to 5 jobs.
So when we travel, every day counts.
This is our complete 2-week Egypt itinerary.
What worked, what would change, and how we'd maximize limited vacation time.
First, let's talk about the route. Egypt is big, and you need to be smart about how you move around.
We started in Luxor, went south to Aswan and Abu Simbel, and then flew to Cairo.
This south to north route worked well because we saved Cairo and the pyramids for the end,
which gave us something massive to look forward to after all the temples.
If we did it again, we'd probably do the same route.
Some people start in Cairo, but we found ending there was perfect.
You are finished on a high note with the pyramids and the Grand Egyptian Museum.
We spent 4 days in Luxor, which honestly felt about right.
But we wanted to see everything without rushing.
So day one, we arrived quite late from London, so we just walked around the city and had dinner at a nice local restaurant.
Which was incredible, by the way. 400 Egyptian pounds for a massive platter for both of us.
Day two, we hit the West Bank, Mortuary Temple Seti I, Temple of the Nobles, and Deir el Medina.
We hired a driver for the day to take us around. Cost about 900 Egyptian pounds.
Day three was Valley of the Kings in the morning, and get there really early, like 7 or 8 a.m.
Then the Temple of Hatshepsut in the afternoon.
Valley of the Kings alone is worth 3 hours. We saw 5 tombs, including Tutankhamun's.
Day 4, Karnak Temple at 7:30 a.m. This is crucial, get there early.
Then Luxor Temple mid-morning, and the Souk in the afternoon.
If you only have 3 days in Luxor, skip one of the smaller temples on day 2.
But definitely don't skip Valley of the Kings, or Karnak Temple, or the Luxor Temple.
Okay, controversial opinion coming.
We'd skip Aswan if we did this again.
We spent 3 days there and honestly 2 were wasted.
The first day was just travelling from Luxor, which took 5 hours because our driver took the long route to avoid paying the tourist tax.
Which we didn't know was a thing.
The second day, we tried to go to Abu Simbel but got stopped by police because we didn't have the proper tourist permit.
So we had to turn around and waste another day in Aswan.
The third day, we visited the Nubian village and the Philae Temple, which was really nice, but not mind-blowing.
If you have limited time or advice, fly directly from Luxor to Abu Simbel.
Stay one night in Abu Simbel, see the temples, then fly to Cairo.
You save 2 days, avoid the Aswan hassle and still see the best parts.
Abu Simbel, on the other hand, is non-negotiable.
Do not skip this.
The temples are some of the most impressive things we've ever seen.
We stayed 3 nights, but honestly 1 night is enough.
The town itself is tiny. There's nothing to do except see the temples.
But it's peaceful, clean, and the people are so friendly.
And after the chaos of Luxor and Aswan, it was a nice change.
We spent about 3 hours at the temple. You could do it in 2 if you are quick.
Right, let's talk about Cairo.
We had 5 days in Cairo, which was perfect.
Day 1, we arrived in the evening and we just had dinner.
Day 2 was the Grand Egyptian Museum in the morning, budget 4 hours for this.
Then the pyramids in the afternoon. We arrived around 3 p.m. and we stayed until closing, which was 5.
Which wasn't enough time. We didn't get to see the Sphinx up close.
Day 3, we went to Saqqara. This is about an hour outside of Cairo.
We hired a driver, a through-in drive, for the whole day, 1,500 Egyptian pounds.
Totally worth it, by the way. The Step Pyramid, the Ball Tombs, amazing.
Then we stopped at Khan el Khalili Bazaar on the way back, but it was very crowded in the afternoon.
Day 4, we went back to the pyramids, but with more time.
This was better. We walked to the viewpoint, saw the Sphinx, went inside the smaller pyramid.
We spent about 5 hours there, and it was perfect.
Day 5 was a rest day. We walked around Cairo, got some shopping done.
But after 2 weeks of non-stop temples and sites, we needed a breather.
The single biggest tip we can give you?
Start early, every single day.
We are talking 7:30 a.m.
It's hard, especially when you're tired from traveling, but it's so worth it.
We had Karnak Temple practically to ourselves at 7:30.
By 10 a.m. it was packed, hundreds of tour groups.
Same with Valley of the Kings, same with the pyramids.
Early morning also means better light for photos, and it's cooler.
In December it wasn't too bad, but in summer definitely want to avoid midday heat.
Let's talk money, because that's what everyone wants to know.
For 2 weeks in Egypt, including flights from London, we spent just under $1,800 for both of us.
Accommodation was really cheap. We averaged around $60 per night for decent hotels.
Food was really cheap. We spent $40 per day for both of us.
Transport in the cities using InDrive was less than $10 per trip, and when booking a driver for the day, it was between $30 or $40 depending on the distance.
Entry tickets to the sites were less than $40 per day for 2 people.
So daily costs in Egypt, excluding accommodation, was about $90 for 2 people.
That's about $45 per person each day.
So, what would we change?
If we could do this trip again, here's what we'd change.
1, we'd fly from Luxor to Abu Simbel, skip Aswan entirely.
Saves 2 days and a lot of stress.
2, we'd allocate more time to the pyramids on the first visit.
Or just plan to go twice from the start, which is what we ended up doing anyway.
3, we'd book all long distance transport through hotels or reputable agencies.
Make sure they get the tourist permits. Ask to see them.
4, we'd stay in hotels further from the main roads.
The horn honking at night is insane. You will not sleep.
And 5, we'd mentally prepare ourselves better for the constant hassle from vendors.
It's relentless and it's exhausting.
But knowing it's coming helps you cope with it.
So, is 2 weeks enough for Egypt?
Honestly, yes, if you're strategic about it.
We saw all the major sites: Luxor temples, Valley of the Kings, Abu Simbel, pyramids, Sphinx, Saqqara, the museum.
And we didn't feel rushed. We had time to enjoy these things.
Could you do it in less? Maybe 10 days if you skip Aswan and move quickly.
But 2 weeks felt right for us. We had time to rest and take it all in.
And remember, we only get 4 weeks of annual leave per year.
So using 2 weeks on Egypt was a big commitment for us.
But it was absolutely worth it.
A few final tips before we wrap up.
Download InDrive before you go. It will save you so much money on transport.
And get an eSIM. We used Maya eSIMs, which were about $12 each for 5 GB.
Bring cash. Most places don't take cash, and ATMs aren't always reliable.
Learn to say no firmly, but politely. You'll say it 100 times a day.
Pack light, comfortable clothing. It's hot, even in December.
Bring a good camera or phone. You want to capture everything.
And most importantly, manage your expectations.
Egypt is incredible, but it's also chaotic, exhausting, and sometimes frustrating. If you're planning a trip to Egypt, we've got loads more coming.
We are diving deep into Luxor, Abu Simbel, and Cairo.
Plus, all the mistakes we made so you don't have to.
We are tales of travelers, real travel on real budgets.
We work regular 9-to-5 jobs and try to make every day count.
So if that sounds like you, you are definitely in the right place.
Now, we want to hear from you. If you've been to Egypt, what's your favorite city?
Luxor, Cairo, somewhere we didn't even visit.
And if you're planning to go, drop your itinerary in the comments. We'd love to hear what you're planning.
Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next video. And thumbs up if it was helpful.
Thanks for watching.